Surrounded by the green Partenio Massif and stretched out on a fertile plain, Cervinara can be defined as one of the natural wonders of the Caudine Valley. It was involved from ancient times in commercial trade with the coastal part of Campania. It is composed of several hamlets that make up an archipelago of different urban islands with a particular town planning conformation. It was a fiefdom of the Della Leonessa, Carafa, Davalos and Scala Leone families. From 1607, the town was ruled for a long time by the Caracciolo dynasty, descendants of the Marquises of Volturara, who held the possession until the abolition of the feudal system in 1806. The castle of Cervinara was for a long time the symbol of feudal power. It is located on a slope at the foot of Pizzone Mountain, in a dominant position over the surrounding valley.
We start our route to discover the cultural heritage of Cervinara from the medieval castle.
The fortress that we here admire was built during the Norman age in the same place where there stood a previous Longobarд fortress. It was rebuilt during the Swabian age and renovated during the Angevin period. It was definitively abandoned in the late 15th century. Nowadays, the monumental complex preserves its defensive wall barrier, where there are several residential rooms and, a little decentralized in the northwest corner, the Tower Dungeon. The tower, that is about 11 meters high and originally had 3 inner levels, was built with remarkable sturdiness and features almost vertical outer walls with a face that is made up of small stone ashlars. When the castle was abandoned, the feudal residence was moved to the palace of Caracciolo del Balzo families, built during the 16th century in the Ferrari hamlet. The luxury building features a U-shaped plan with a large central core and 2 almost symmetrical lateral wings. The splendid facade is of Renaissance style, and a stone portal from which, through a hall with a frescoed vault, you go through to the inner courtyard.
We are in the larger courtyard of the Palace Caracciolo del Balzo. In the middle there are a well and a fountain, while around them the monumental building rises.
The rooms on the ground floor were once used as stables, warehouses and cellars. On the noble floor there are residential apartments, including the 17th century Hall of Justice, with frescoes depicting scenes of Jerusalem delivered and portraits of the Caracciolo's.
Now we are a few meters away from the Palace Caracciolo del Balzo, where we can admire the splendid collegiate of San Gennaro that represents the most important religion building for the whole community of Cervinara.
Declared a diocesan sanctuary in 1991, the church in its current shape dates back to the 18th century. Its simple gabled facade features an artistic portal from 1627, whose pediment is interrupted by a niche with a small stone statue of San Gennaro, the patron saint of the town. The interior of the church, with 3 naves, is rich in works of art. The main altar in polychrome marbles from 1706, a 16th century wooden choir, the marble statue of San Gennaro from 1718, and 2 fragments with frescoes from the 17th century depicting St. Peter and St. Paul. Moreover, there is the altar of San Filippo Neri, consecrated in 1689, and a painting of saints from the 18th century. The baptistry, with its circular basin, polychrome statues of saints, paintings and stuccos, sacred art objects, and a pipe organ on the chancel, completes the interior decoration. One of them is the church of Santa Maria della Valle, that now appears in its 18th century renovation, and which inside features the main altar in late Baroque style and a valuable painting from 1702 depicting Our Lady among the Apostles.
Now we are in the hamlet at Trescine, where there is the monumental Church of the Carmine, rebuilt after the earthquake of 1980.
It has a 17th century structure and still preserves the original stone portal that is now furnished with a bronze door, executed in 2006 by Gioacchino Cenamo. And on its leaves several religious scenes are depicted, such as the apparition on the Carmel of the Virgin to St. Simon's Stock. Between the Scalamone and Trescine hamlets, there is the 19th century Church of San Potito, characterized by a facade that features 3 entrances among architectonic pilasters and a charming bell tower divided into 3 levels. The Church of San Marciano, with the attached chapel of San Carlo Borromeo, is located on the street of the same name. In the Ferrari hamlet, there is the Church of San Rocco, entirely rebuilt in the early 20th century, and the Church of Santi Cosma and Damiano, where 2 statues of the worshipped saints and doctors are located. Finally, in the Salamone hamlet, there is the Church of Sant'Addiutore, one of the earliest in the town, characterized by an artistic facade dominated by a tall bell tower divided into 4 levels. On its parvis there is a marble statue depicting Sant'Addiutore, a modern sculpture by the artist Carmine Lengua. But Cervinara is not only a holy town, thanks to the presence of many religious buildings, but also features a remarkable artistic heritage made up of several luxury palaces and houses. On Via Napoli there is Palazzo Marchese, with an artistic stone portal in the style of Vanvitelli, that rises around a large open courtyard. On Via Pirozza there is Palazzo Bizzarro, with an open inner courtyard paved with limestone slabs. Several limestone portals, dating back to the 18th and 19th centuries, that lead to old houses or luxury palaces, can be found on Via Aia del Panno, Via Salomoni, Via Paolo Emilio Imbriani, Via Curielli, and Via Carlo del Balzo.
Our route to discover the cultural heritage of Cervinara comes to an end in the municipal villa, the central core of the town.
Built in the 20th century, the villa is the favorite meeting place for the community of Cervinara.
Inside the villa is located an artistic memorial dedicated to 100 people who died during the First World War.
The War Memorial of Cervinara was built in 1930 by the artist Onorio Ruotolo. The monument features a high base, covered with marble slabs, surmounted by a bronze sculpture that, according to the artist's intentions, portrays fatherland, family and religion. Cervinara is one of the main touristic destinations in inland Campania, thanks to the cultural, environmental and landscape heritage, to faith, traditions and events that during the whole year offer the chance to enjoy the fascination and simplicity of the various places, promoting positive contact with folklore and the local population.